We're about to get started again. Shepley Oval, Dandenong, representatives from the Victorian Women's Football League participating in a draft selection game, pink versus white, as they try to pledge their case to get selected in the draft for the Melbourne versus Western Bulldogs game. And that draft will happen on May 19. There's been some impressive players as we look towards the scoreboard. Pink 5-6-36, white 1-5-11. It's been very competitive, but Pink have just been able to burst forward at important stages, get it open. Versio was one of them who's been crucial to the few goals that they did get in that third term. Quick kick goes inside 50. The bounce of the ball eludes both players. McNabb gets it on the boot, but to no advantage for Pink. McNabb goes in again, bursts out of the pack on the right foot, hooks it around, bounce of the ball, not needed because it's straight through the middle for another goal. And McNabb, after going off with a head injury in the second term, has been moved forward for her third goal, adding to Pink's score of 6-6-42. And all of a sudden, it's a 31-point game, even though White, halfway through that third term, well, it must have been touched off the boot. Overall must have happened as we only got a minor score, so let's retract that. McNabb still on 2 goals, and the score should read Pink 5-7-37 instead of 6-6. Still, that's a 26-point lead, a handy lead for Pink. At the back of the pack, Del Paz kicked a goal in the third term as well. Hands it over to a running teammate in Corrigan. Now in the forward line, tackles come in, allows White to wrestle it away, but Pink have done well again. Looks like pounded the ground level. Handed over 40 metres around from Pink's goal. Punch one down, but Hutchins does a defensive kick. But it again, an opportunity for the Pink side. Tackle was good. And now off and running is the white side. Kick inboard, could be dangerous, will be a turnover as it lands in the hand of Simpson. Simpson's got a kick out left towards Cullinan. The bounce of the ball not helping her and allows a couple of white players to put the pressure on. Though Cullinan's good just to keep it in front of herself. And finally gets some help through Saxton. Saxton out the back to Simpson. Simpson's short kick into the hands of Corrigan. Corrigan hands it over to Saxton. Nice kick in short to Hope. Actually, they'll just get that. That is Audley at centre forward. 40 metres out. It's going to be a testing kick in terms of the distance. Another short on. Nicely stretched at the last second just as she looked to get underneath it. Nice grab by Saxton. Saxton kicked a goal in the second term. And I think that McNabb touched off the boot goal effort has made the scoreboard go into meltdown. As we now have no scoreboard working. Beautiful kick. That wasn't touched at all. Saxton with her second goal on the board. And from memory, I've got it. It's 6-7-43. The Pink side leading the white side, who are still on 1-5-11. So they've finally kicked out to beyond 5 goals. And what I was going to say previously, it was only within a goal halfway through that third quarter, and well, another 4 goals have quickly been added on in about 15 minutes of play.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, and they've kicked the last 4 goals of the game. As you mentioned, the white team through Mick Williams got within 6 points, and that was at the 4-minute mark of the third term. But since then, 4 goals in basically 10 minutes, space of 10 minutes, if you count the second half of that third quarter, and now the early stages of the final term. As Corrigan gets the tap down, they get the ball back into the middle, and first to it, Heffernan looking for support. Oh, she's got it now. They're going to go long inside forward 50, searching kick. Pink have got numbers at the back of the pack. Vesio keeps the ball in play. Quick handball to Callanan. As the timekeepers, who are also the scoreboard operators, start to panic. And we're panicking too if we get too many scores and we can't keep up to date. But the ball goes over the line and we'll see a boundary throw-in in the right forward pocket.
Got to notice just how the game's developed. Composure's even come into the game. We saw on that last line how Vesio and Cullinan seem to have all the time in the world just to try to get out of the deepest of defence. And that's good to see as the game gets on. The composure within tight confines has come towards, and now a flying shot might happen. Handed over to White from 40 metres out. It's all White in terms of the team there, but the ball on the bounce eludes the forward there, so White puts a minor score on the board. 1-6 is Team White as they trail Pink 6-7-43, and the kick out has been marked by Banner.
So Banner brings the ball back along this broadcast side wing, but the ball goes out of play, and we will see a boundary throw in once more. So from the boundary throw in, only to the advantage of one player, but it comes down to Fressel. Now Pink, great smother off the boot. That was by Keryk. Ball held up in the hands of Callanan, and we will see a ball up by the umpire.
Good thing about a smother is that you get another go at it, Callanan.
You do. Great work seeing the umpires in today's game. The field umpires in today's match, Alex Anthony, Jade Pawley and Elise Cooper. The goal umpires being Dan Burke and David Cormie, and the goal umpires Stacey Burke and Dale Robinson. So great to have them as part of today's game. There's another player down at ground level. That's the player Nicole Callanan.
Just if not to take away from this potential injury, we were talking about the umpires. Good to see an umpire in the VFL now, a women's umpire progressing into the VFL umpiring rotation.
Yeah, Lucinda Lopez. She's finding her feet in the TAC Cup system at the moment, and great to see it is community umpiring round next weekend right across Australia actually, but heavily supported across Victoria, across the community leagues and also the state league competitions as well.
I just had a bit of a laugh because Callanan seems all right, but she looked a bit disorientated when she got up to go, which way do you want me to kick towards?
She wanted to make sure she got her kick trying to burst out as Ashmore. Been impressed by her game in the second half of today's match. Ball up again, right in front of our broadcast position. Timekeepers and scoreboard operators have got us operational once more. We won't be able to tick down on the time, but we can tell you it's 6-7-43 to 1-6-12. Pink leads White. Kick forward by Ernst. Looking up into the forward line. Great work again. Mick Williams snapped from the boundary line, long to the goal square. Great centering kick. Finds her teammate in the one-on-one contest. And an opportunity for White to wrestle back a goal. Emily Smith lining up from directly in front. Puts it straight through the middle. The second on the board for the White team. They move on to 2-6-18, leading Pink 6-7-43. And by my estimations, I would think we've gone around 7 minutes in this final term.
Yep, so we're going along with the clock now, so back to the old days of being in the dark.
Correct.
So we're estimated we started the quarter at about 2:32, and that's all we've got.
Correct.
Ball back in the middle. Just that was great play by Mick Williams, shining light for the White side in the forward line. Like to see more of that just for the contest, just to have a bit more spice into it if the White could close the gap. But Pink have been so impressive going forward in this second half. They've well and truly deserve the lead they have, but it's in the middle that it's been a fierce arm wrestle at times. At ground level, Hitwell picks it up, but she's pounced upon it real quick. So now White go bursting through the forward 50 through Barden. The mark, is that 2 grabs mark? No, at ground level, another flying shot just to the minor side, and Smith having another flying shot. Missed it.
Free kick's coming back.
Got pushed in the back as the kick was taken, so Emily Smith will have her another go at it. So we won't add to that score yet, but from only 20 metres out, she's in a good position to put her second on the board in only a minute. did have a shot in that third term from a very acute angle and has come into this game in his second half, not only as a leading option, but just then roved off the hands of McWilliams. Goal umpire doesn't have to move too much. The signal is third goal on the board for White. They move on to 3 goals, 6-24. Pinker 6-7-43. Probably about 10 minutes gone. And that request for a bit of closing of the gap and making a bit of a contest, well, the answer has been come towards the Pink side through the middle. They've got another centre clearance, and that's what they've done really well today, Anthony, is bursting forward at a centre clearance. Around the ground, they might have, it's been an arm wrestle that they probably haven't been able to take control, but from the centre bounce, they've had a winning ruckman and some good push forwards from the likes of Lamb.
Yeah, and in the first half, I thought it was Gillespie-Jones that was doing all the damage in the ruck for them. They've made the change up with, I think, Ernst has gone into the ruck during this final term. So just moving a few players around into different positions, and that's probably one of the aims of this game, is not to stick a player in one particular position for the entire game, show some of their versatility that they might have. And 12 minutes gone in this term. So a few of the bit of the turf dislodged in the middle of the ground. I'm sure Mark Wheeler will be looking on from the Dandenong Stingrays and keeping an eye on those sort of things, with the Stingrays taking to the field tomorrow here at Shae-Lee Oval in the TAC Cup competition. Ball inside forward 50 once again. Haynes, great defensive mark. She's been great right throughout today's game, but on the run, Barden has put it through, and we've seen 3 in a row to the White team, ticking over the 13-minute mark of this final term. And a comeback by the White team. They are 4-6-30, trailing by 13 points to the Pink team, 6-7-43, when the Pink team led by as much as 31 points with their first goal of that final term.
Yeah, we talked about it before. There's no premiership points. There's probably no anthems or team songs to sing at the end of the game. But pride in performance is definitely coming to the fore, where White have gone, we're not giving up this. We'll definitely push this to the final siren. And it probably means, in the end, that the Bulldogs and the Melbourne Demons have got more ladies to choose from, because there's more girls putting their hand up for a game. Just the game gets on, there's players coming in to show their wares, and wrestling control of the ball was Hardy. Gets it to a teammate, but at the back of the pack, well, Hutchins gets the leg up, but takes a strong, tall mark. It's sent half back. Kick, searching for a teammate in Paul. Paul spills it, but it's got some help. Comes out to Heffernan. Heffernan's hand pass wasn't to advantage, and it allows the Pink to wrestle control. Kick goes towards McNabb at half forward. 2v1 now, and the White might have the numbers. Coming in late is Hutchins. Over the ball, Hutchins, but McNabb again fights for the ball and holds it up. So White just really need to try to open it up, as we're about 5 minutes to go in this game. They only trail by 13, but they have to do everything pretty much spot on, as Banner tries to get it going. Gets some support from Audley, but she's wrapped up in a tackle. Turnover and shoes. Lamb gets it to centre forward. Grab nearly taken on 2. Bites by Ernst. Roving for the White side as they go forward again. Up and under. At ground level, it is the White side. First to bounce up. Flying hand pass to Webb. Webb from only 25 metres out. Goes close to the line. Defender and forward go at it. And as it might be a conceded behind.
Not yet.
Not allowed to do that, as Pink do through their numbers. But Heffernan underneath it. Wow, great courage just to sit under it. Knew some opponents were going to come in late. Looks inboard. Maybe got a lead on. Will find that, just over the head of Ernst.
Free kick. Oh, no, the mark, sorry.
And mark taken in defence by Hope. Hope phones Moorcroft. Every time Moorcroft goes for a mark, it seems like she pulls it down. So very impressed with Moorcroft at centre half back.
Strong overhead today in the game. She'll bring the ball back outside of defensive 50. Centering kick. Good bodywork that time. Unable to bring the ball down was White. Handball comes out, fighting for it's Barden. The kick's inside forward 50. Where will it bounce? We've seen some unusual bounces in that forward 50. Fighting for the football. Vesio sees the ball over the line. And we'll see a boundary throw in the right forward pocket.
It's agonising how the ball seems inches away from some of the players at times. Zammit nearly had a chance there.
So
the back.
We'll have the boundary throw in. No one able to get the clearing possession. Comes out now. Who will the bounce favour this time? Pound. Gets it over. Dispossessed was Frizzle. Well, it's almost a 3-on-1 contest, and taking the mark was Ashmore. Ashmore play on the call from the umpire. She'll take on her opponent, showing a bit of dash. Takes on two. Kicks it inside. Lets herself down with the kick. She did enough to show her skills and evasive skills. Just let herself down with the kick inside forward 50.
Well, if anything, she can be on So You Think You Can Dance.
Correct. Nice little cha-cha around a couple of opponents. As the ball now, Pink, trying to get it outside of that defensive 50 again. Haynes had a good game today. Now out to Corrigan. Corrigan high kick to this broadcast side wing. Off hands it will go. First to Pound Zammit. Oh, great work by Zammit. Settles, kicks towards the lead. Oh, finds her teammate. Good work, finds Smith. Smith finds her opponent in that forward pocket. But great defensive effort by Callanan. Callanan making sure that a certain mark was not taken, but in the process has given away the free kick. So just a bit of cramp. So Stephanie Webb will take the free kick in the right forward pocket. And they trail by 13 points.
What do you reckon the time is?
Well, I reckon probably 17-minute mark of this final term, so not long left. Oh, Webb. Just some inaccurate kicking inside that forward 50 in the last few minutes. Some tired legs out in this game. They've been putting all into it this afternoon. So 12 points the margin. Pink team 6-7-43, leading White 4-7-31. As Pink come outside a defensive 50 once again.
Pan went up with the one hand, allows Ashmore at the back. She just can't pick it up. And as I said, you just need the bounce of the ball and everything to be clean for White if they're going to close this gap, which is 12 points, but it's been fantastic effort. It's been a seesawing encounter in the end. At ground level, Hutchins tries to burst through. Pound might pick it up, tries to hand it off to her teammate in Callanan, but Pound's taken down in the tackle as White rapid the ball up, give it quickly back to the umpire. So ball comes to ground level. A lot of numbers around the ball. Who will win out? The tackle comes in late by White. As at ground level, big opportunity on the outside of the pack. Huge numbers around the ball. Tackled as orderly. She's dispossessed. Now a chance for the White side through Webb, who had that missed opportunity only moments ago. Picks it up close to the line, taps it inboard, might get it back if the hand pass comes her way. Quick flying kick forward by Ernst. At the line, it's a goal. White have closed the gap to 6 points. And the never say die attitude has really made this into a fantastic contest.
It'd be quite fitting if we had a tied score.
Well, that would be. And fantastic that we've been talking about the great players of Pink, but in this last quarter, the impressive nature of some of these White players, I mean, there's a lot to choose from these AFL clubs to have in this draft.
Especially that determination and willing to fight for the football in the dying last quarter. You gave that goal that time.
Well, I'm thinking was it
then to Smith.
I'm thinking, but geez, the rush of feet and players.
So the third goal we'll give to Emily Smith. 18-minute mark final term. Just a few minutes left in this game. Drifting forward, Hutchins goes long towards the goal square. Bouncing football, and we have the scores all tied up. Great long goal by Meg Hutchins. And, well, we mentioned it. It'd be fitting end if it was all tied up.
What have we got time-wise?
Well, we reckon probably about 1 minute left.
Wow.
1 minute. So we've seen 5 in a row from the White team. A great fight back in this final term. They've levelled the scores.
Well, I was a bit hopeful that we could get a contest. I didn't think it would happen.
Well, especially after we had a first half that we've had 6 goals in the final term. And we had 6 goals in the first 3 quarters. So what a thrilling finale to this AFL draft selection match. Best of luck to all the girls in the upcoming AFL female, or the second AFL female draft coming up on May 19, with tied scores. Quite a fitting end for this draft selection game here today at Shae-Lee Oval. Anthony Stangetz and Gavin Casey, thanking you for joining us this afternoon for the match.